Now my last trick is a bit of a cheeky one because it's not actually a prep tip. Technically, it's a tip to make insane gold when Ulduar launches. However, you can start preparing for this now to take advantage of it even more. Alright guys, today we're making a quick video to give you 5 last minute tips that you need to be doing for Ulduar, so let's jump in straight away. So right now, this is an insane time to be leveling up your alt. Alts aren't just all about having more characters at level 80 because you can generate them into gold making machines. For instance, the more high level characters you have, with their cooking leveled up, that means you can do the daily quest in Dalaran to make extra gold every day with absolutely zero effort. You can give them up in guild alt runs and pug runs, and then sign them up as a pumper in GDKP runs for even easier gold. Plus there's another insane way to make gold on the Ulduar launch, like the second it launches, and I'm going to talk about that at the end of the video, so make sure you watch the whole video. Now, if you are just making GDKP alts, I'd recommend having an easy class to play, first of all, one that you don't have to really min-max, so you know, that rules out something like the Affliction Warlock. Or join as a healer if you want to increase the chances of you getting into these GDKP rosters without the expectation of you having to spend gold. Now, I already have an insane alt leveling guide on my channel, what best heirlooms to get for every spec. By the way, you can actually also send heirlooms across faction and across servers now, just a quick FYI on that one. And soon faction change will be live. In the video I've also got the best low leveling methods, dungeon solos, questing routes, AoE farms, and don't forget the AV weekend will be very soon. In fact, it's actually this Friday in 2 days, so the 23rd, so you know, obviously that is basically Christmas, but if you can sneak away from the in-lords talking about the best roads to drive on the way home, then take advantage of the Alterac Valley weekend and get a character to level 50 so you can actually join Alterac Valley, because it's an insane way, an insanely easy semi-AFK way. Don't go fully AFK though, because then you can get banned for that. Point is, you can level up very, very fast with those AV weekends. Secondly, you want to finish leveling your professions to max. So Ulduar drops new recipes for you to craft, and crafting them early on will give you a really good power spike. Which means if you are a passing try-hard chaser, you can put yourself at an advantage early on and a better position to get better passes, or at least your guild members at a better advantage, because obviously most pass chasers have dual crafting and engineering. The faster you can get your guild geared up early on means faster kill times on your second clear, and therefore again better passes, so obviously it has to be a group effort. But you don't want to be stuck there with your profession just leveled up to the point to get the profession bonus, rather than having it maxed so you can actually craft the recipes that drop from Ulduar. Thirdly, I recommend stockpiling some raiding consumes. Everything is going to go up by a country mile when Ulduar drops, so prep everything you're going to need. Obviously, what you always need is a lot of haste potions normally if you're a DPS. So, you know, all your consumes for raid night, but also gear upgrades like the enchants you're going to need, the gems you're going to need. You may as well buy them now, stockpile them a little bit while they are cheaper, because, you know, when you are actually going to get those upgrades in the future and then put them on your gear, they're going to be probably inflated by 20 to 50% value. And then another way of looking at this, if you're an auction house goblin, you can start to stockpile stuff to resell. Just be mindful that many other people get the same idea and will likely flood the auction house when the next patch drops. I wouldn't overinvest in my opinion. I only would stockpile the stuff that you get from farming, or just little amounts. I mean, by all means, spend as much gold as you're willing to risk, but just know there's a chance that you will lose money if you buy too much of the same resource for a resell. Normally when a new phase comes out, the prices stay the same or go cheaper because people stockpile and then flood the auction house, but wait until around about week 2 or week 3 to start selling. That's normally from my experience anyway. But at the same time, if prices are really good now, then just sell now. Don't stockpile and wait for a chance of the prices to get better. If they're good now, take advantage of it. I think the point I'm trying to make here is I can't really give one single piece of advice for this tip like most other channels do, because you really have to be vigilant and mindful of the market on your server. Like for instance, I'm still selling my Dragon Eyes every day because on my server the price is higher than usual. But you will need to stockpile consumes and gems anyway, because you will burn through them in the next patch, especially if you're a hard mode raider. I would also buy some arcane bombs now while they are cheap. These help out a lot on Ulduar trash, so if your guild, or certain members from your guild, join together to at least buy a few of these, it will make your runs much smoother, because then you'll avoid wipes or half wipes on trash mobs, which obviously takes up a lot of time. The reason why these arcane bombs are so good is because they silence enemies, and there's a lot of lethal caster enemies in Ulduar. And I think a lot of people will probably get the same idea, and this means that Arcanite bars, Iron Web Spider Silk, Thorium bars, and maybe Rune Cloth will go up in price next phase, so it would be a good idea to farm those resources now before Ulduar comes out, because that's probably when the Death Knight bots are going to be farming over Thorium nodes in the open world and totally dominating the market, if they're not already, let's be honest. Now, my last trick is a bit of a cheeky one, because it's not actually a prep tip. Technically, it's a tip to make insane gold when Ulduar launches. However, you can start preparing for this now to take advantage of it even more. So, if you're not an ultra sweaty parser and rather make some gold on launch, don't use your badges of conquest on gear. Resist the urge to get better gear upgrades and use all of your emblems on runed orbs instead. Within the first week of launch, after 2 resets, you can get free runed orbs and sell them for easy, insane gold on the auction house. And obviously for every alt you have at level 80, that'll be another 3 orbs, providing you can complete Ulduar on both 10 man and 25 mode, which I think most semi-hardcore guilds will be capable of. When it comes to this method, remember, when Ulduar launches the first day, that is when the items are going to be at the absolute most expensive, and any day from there on it's going to start degrading, so take advantage of this as early as you can. Anyway guys, that's where I'm going to end the video there. Good luck with all your loot in Ulduar. My name is MetaGoblin. To the next video, ciao.